Be Much Boxing, what's happening, y'all? Back at it with another boxing video. Kell Brook versus Terrance Crawford for the WBO welterweight title happening this weekend. Kell Brook has a couple losses, 41 victories, or what is it, 39 wins, 2 losses, 27 knockouts. Bud Crawford's undefeated, 36-0 with 27 knockouts. All right, so they both have identical knockouts. Bud Crawford going to be the taller fighter. At least the shorter fighter, but with the longer reach. You know what I mean? So Bud Crawford hasn't fought since that fight with Kavaliauskas. I gave y'all my assessment of the Kavaliauskas fight. I think Bud Crawford wasn't taking this guy seriously. You know what I'm saying? Tried to make it a more entertaining fight. For what reason, I don't know. Fuck around and got clipped, I believe, in round 4. Then you seen everything what happened after that, from round 4 to 8 till the time of the stoppage. That wasn't no boxing, what Bud Crawford displayed. He put hands and paws all over the Kavaliauskas guy, mean machine, as he should have, you know what I mean? Probably should have ended that fight in 4 rounds. Bud Crawford, in my opinion, has nothing to prove in the boxing game, you know what I mean? There's some channels out here that love to take a dump on the man, Terrance Crawford, but they favorite fighter ain't never even talk about stepping in the ring with the man, Bud Crawford, you know what I mean? Terrance Crawford is isolated, no question about it. He's isolated on his own island over there on Top Rank with no legitimate welterweights to face besides these guys like Amir Khan and Kell Brook, guys who haven't been relevant in the boxing game. As far as Amir Khan, he hasn't had a world title since 2012. The man, Kell Brook, hasn't had a world title since 2016. You know what I'm saying? So, is it 2016 or 17? One of the two. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, the man Terrance Crawford, to me, is still the best of the best pound for pound. That has never changed, in my opinion, for the last year or two. You know, even when these other publications, you know, it's the in thing these days is to have everybody except black fighters atop of the pound for pound list. You know what I mean? Like I said in previous videos, I have never ever in my life following boxing, never have I seen a pound for pound list like the ones I see in this post Andre Ward, post Floyd Mayweather boxing scene. You know what I mean? A lot of fighters who I don't even deem worthy of being in the top 10 pound for pound. It's basically just 2 black fighters in there. And you ain't gonna tell me there's only 2 black fighters on planet Earth right about now who are they're the only 2 fighters who are on the pound for pound list. I cannot agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I cannot agree with a guy like Cannoli being number 1 pound for pound. He's number 1 pound for pound on the Ring Magazine pound for pound rankings, which pound for pound is the Ring Magazine is almost like the Source Magazine right about now. These days. You know what I'm saying? It's not they lost credibility, and they just not a valid source of true unopinionated, unbiased boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got agendas to push. Look at ESPN. They had Vasyl Lomachenko whole time as number 1 over Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Sure enough, they both are champions in 3 different divisions. But you got to tell me which division has the man Lomachenko even been lineal? Which division has he been a lineal champ? None. None whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford was a lineal champ at 135, and not that Ring Magazine. Ring Magazine is almost tainted these days. You know what I'm saying? They took it away from Guillermo Rigondeaux, Andre Ward, Adonis Stevenson. But guess what, baby boy? Lineal's still in effect, you heard? And that's what, in my opinion, is a real deal Holyfield, where you could trace that shit back. You know what I'm saying? And some of these YouTubers, they talk about lineal is dead and whatnot, that, you know, you could find where lineage is broken. Well, look, man, lineage was broken even when Muhammad Ali had retired. And when he had to fight Larry Holmes when he came back to boxing, guess what? Lineage started again. A vacant lineal title on the line between Larry Holmes and Muhammad Ali. So don't give me that. Lineage will be broken at some point in time. Guys move up in divisions. Nobody stays a lineal champ forever and ever. Amen. That's not how it works. You know, some people act like they historians on this boxing shit and they talk about some goofy shit like they can show you where lineage is broken. Whoop-de freaking do. You heard? I'm saying whoop-de freaking do. You know what I'm saying? Lineage is broken when guys retire, guys move on. Look, Alexander Usyk was lineal undisputed at cruiserweight. Lineage will be broken when he moves up to heavyweight. Now it's up to the guys who are currently in the cruiserweight division to make their mark, make their name. Number one and number two fight each other. And I believe that's what we got when we had Dorticos versus what's the guy's name? Marius Breedis, and that's how it works, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. Bud Crawford been lineal in lightweight at 140 pounds, and not so much at 147. Neither has he unified at 147, but y'all already know what's really good, you know what I mean? Some people on these YouTube streets, they only make videos when it's time to diss Deontay Wilder. That's when they pop their head up out the motherfucking rabbit hole. When it's time to make videos to diss the man Terrance Crawford, that's when they pop their head like it's Groundhog's Day out the motherfucking ground. You know what I mean? And those channels right there, they just don't know shit about boxing, because if your only content is to come on these YouTube streets to try and downplay one particular fighter because you be tugging and milking the next man's you milking the next man and tugging on his nuts. I'm saying, like how fellas will be tugging on Errol Spence nuts to diss the man Terrance Crawford. But before that, they was tugging on Keith Thurman nuts. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one great thing about these YouTube streets. Unless fellas erase or delete their videos, you could see where they were as far as they fanboyism. You know what I mean? Go back on B Marsh Boxing channel, man. B Marsh Boxing ain't no fanboy, nobody. I'm a boxing channel first and foremost. I'm a fan of the sport before any one particular fighter. Yes, I do have fighters I love to watch, fighters who I do rate, who I think are the goods. Even if you don't think they're the goods, that's my personal preference if I want to enjoy them. And if you don't, that's on you. I'm not here to change anybody's mind or convince anybody to like and root for the so-called guy who's you know, that everybody says is that dude. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Terrance Crawford is that motherfucking dude. Forget about it. You know what I mean? Tell your favorite welterweights to step in the ring with the man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, and I'm a fan of boxing first and foremost. Am I a fan of Bud Crawford? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I be? Switch hitter. You know what I'm saying? Be stopping most of his opponents. Rarely goes the distance, even when he moves up in weight from 135 pounds. More times than not, he's stopping his opponents. You know what I'm saying? So Bud Crawford's fighting the man Kell Brook. Will he get credit if he for fighting the man Kell Brook? When this fight got made, I wasn't feeling it. How do I feel today as this fight approaches? It is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it, nothing that could change my mind. I will be watching the fight. Am I anticipating it like anticipating this fight like I was Lomachenko and what's that guy's name? Teofimo Lopez? Absolutely not. I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all. But at the end of the day, Bud Crawford's lack of opponents, he gotta get some kind of body in. And if you know anything about Top Rank just did what they do. You know what I mean? One last time Kell Brook fought at welterweight. It wasn't since that fight he had with Errol Spence over there in Sheffield, in England, 2016 or 17. You know what I mean? Will Bud Crawford get credit for fighting this guy? Now, his fanboys, sure enough, oh shit. I gotta finish up this video, man. My man's hit me up with the blood clot. He hit me up with some good business, man. Hey, let me hurry up and finish this video, man, because this look like some paper right here. Okay. Yeah, and I'm talking about Xboxes. I already sold 20 Xboxes before them MFs even dropped. Now we talking about PS5s. Let me hurry up, do this video. All right. Bud Crawford, does he get credit for fighting the man, Kell Brook? Whichever way he beats him, decision or points, there's still going to be some detractors, naysayers, and people going to say he's fighting Errol Spence leftovers. And that's the truth of the matter. But these same people don't have the same energy when the man Errol Spence is fighting Keith Thurman's leftovers. Let's just be honest about that. Nobody brings that up, but they will bring this shit up when they're talking about Bud Crawford, you know what I mean? And saying he fighting Errol Spence leftover and Kell Brook. And absolutely, anything if you know anything about Top Rank, Bob Bam, and not just them, promoters, even Canoli, he was trying to do the same with the man Caleb Plant. They be trying to pull these guys when they know they've been sitting on the couch and they not in shape. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to get them in the ring when they vulnerable, when they training camp gonna be a weight loss camp, you know what I'm saying? So Kell Brook hasn't fought at 147 pounds in over 3 years. Will Bud Crawford stop him? He should. Will I be surprised if he doesn't? No, not at all, because Kell Brook is still a big welterweight, you know what I'm saying? Still a big, sturdy welterweight, you know what I mean? But Kell Brook, at the end of the day, look, man, a lot of people are rating this guy, acting like this guy is going to bring the pain to the man, Terrance Crawford, and make this a barn burner fight, and this, that, and the third. Look, man, Kell Brook was a guy who was severely, severely protected by Eddie Hearn. I'm saying that protection plan they had for this guy was something I ain't never seen. You could go on the man Kell Brook's record right now, and you'll see he's fought guys who have 200 losses on their resume, 100 plus losses on their resume. And that's what I'm talking about. Look what happened when he became the welterweight champion, when he beat Sean Porter. And the fight that I did say he would, sure enough, he did, and I won some money. I was very grateful, man. The British Takeover came over there to Carson, California, because I never really rated the man Sean Porter at that time. You know what I mean? I'd seen him have some. What's that guy from the Contender? He fought twice. Alfonso Gomez. I seen him struggle with that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I was skeptical on the guy, but I thought Kell Brook had the dimensions, the skills, and the will to beat him, and sure enough, he did. What did he do after that? He ain't do a goddamn thing, y'all. All them title defenses he had at welterweight were hideous and trash. You know what I mean? Terrible. You check it? Terrible. Yeah, he avoided Jesse Vargas unification to fight Triple G, and that just was a bad career move. You heard? So what it is, man. Kell Brook versus um, Bud Crawford is basically like a filler fight. You know what I mean? Just to fill in the blanks to keep the man Terrance Crawford busy. I will be watching the fight. I'm hoping Terrance Crawford could look amazing. You know what I'm saying? And if he does, look, that'll be great for him and also for his you know, his in trying to get the other welterweights into the ring. Some might be scared if he does put hands and handles this guy, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? B Marsh Boxing, I'm sorry, I gotta cut this video off, man. I gotta make some paper, y'all. I'm sorry, man. I wish I could do some more. And that's one of the reasons I can't be doing videos all day, every day, man. Man gotta make moves, you heard? But we shall be watching this fight. I think Terrance Crawford, like I said, he ain't gonna get credit from me, from a lot of people, but that's neither here nor there. There's a lot of fighters out there who ain't fighting the guys they supposed to. Y'all fellas be tugging on their nuts, like Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney, but that shit was atrocious what happened versus the man Gamboa. It is what it is. B Marsh Boxing, I'm gone. Big ups to my man B-Mo the BK with the deal, my G. Salute, brethren, and I'm gone. I'll catch y'all on the next one.